Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ask Me Anything session. We are very, very happy to have you here. My name is Julie. I'm from the marketing team at Arduino, and I'm very, very happy to be your moderator today. Before we dive into the questions about Q, Arduino App Lab, and accessible AI, I would like to start with something fun. It's been over a month since we launched the Q and the App Lab, and we received amazing feedback from the community. We've seen amazing energy and creative projects coming all over the world, and we couldn't wait to show it to you. So let's start with this video. It's about 3 minutes long, so you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
I love retro games. I love retro games, and now thanks to the Q, I can play my own retro games with my own arcade cabinet using Linux and RetroPie.
When this pumpkin detects my face, it starts moving its eyes, and everything is powered by the new Arduino Q.
I can quickly create an application that shows me how's the weather in Rome right now. Oh, look at that! It's cloudy right now.
So we'll have a look at some of the other examples on there. So another nice one is this Hey Arduino. So this one listens using the microphone. So if you've got a web camera or a microphone connected up to the USB hub, it can use that and it can listen for certain wake words. That's going to be really cool. I think I'm going to be using that in a couple of my own projects.
Now, if I say, hey Arduino, you can see that on the LED matrix, there is a heart bumping over. Hey Arduino.
And I love Q because the dual brain architecture that allows me to combine real-time motor control and the power of Linux, so I can add AI capabilities to my robots.
Here I'm classifying different objects. Check it out.
What I'm actually making with the jacket is a piece that can be sound triggered by keyword recognitions with the new features that this Arduino has.
This is basically a weather station.
What you'll see in our demo today is an industrial-ready application, a smart fixture actually, performing quality and presence checks on an automotive interior plastic component.
We integrated 2 custom models into this racing set. One for crash detection on the Nikola Sense, and the other on the Q is doing object tracking as the cars move around the track.
So what could I build for that? Yes, it's a car. So now it's time to go for a drive.
Running a command where it will monitor temperature, humidity, and different data and put it up to a web server, and you can visualize it live from anywhere.
Crazy. So, look, so yeah, there's the air quality running. As you can see it there. Oh man, absolutely phenomenal.
And I love how the example in Arduino App Lab allow me to go from the code to the actual application in seconds.
I want to make a system to be able to check all my tools in and out, just like a library, so I know whether they're here or somewhere else. It could be complicated, but we're going to use this.
We're using it to simulate a home environment where we can turn on and off several different lights of different rooms and see also the power consumption from that.
Wow, amazing work from the community. Well done, everyone. This has been crazy. So much creativity here. So speaking about the community, we've been listening very closely to your questions, your feedback, and we're ready to answer them. Anything about open source, the future of Arduino, technical details about Q and App Lab, and accessible AI, we're here to answer them. And for that, I'm bringing on stage all our speakers for today. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
To have you all.
Hi.
So I'll introduce you. I'll start with Andrea Riqueta. Hi, Andrea. He's principal product evangelist, and he's the voice of the community. He's been the voice of the community at Arduino for over 1 decade. So great to have you, Andrea. Next is Adam Benzion from Qualcomm. Hi, Adam.
Hey.
So Adam is a founder of Hackster, an entrepreneur, a former SVP at Edge Impulse, and he's now driving developer growth at Qualcomm.
Everyone.
Great to have you, Adam. Next is Rami Moreau. He's senior engineer at Qualcomm, and he's worked across many projects, including 5G, IoT, and AI. And he even mentors high school students in their robotics journey. So great to have you, Rami.
Hi everyone.
And next is Erwan Goryu. He's a principal software engineer at ST Microelectronics, and he's a long-time Zephyr maintainer and contributor. So Erwan, thanks for coming.
Hi there.
Hey. And finally, Louis Moreau, who is the head of developer relations at Edge Impulse. Louis has been working on how UnoQ and Edge Impulse can make AI accessible and experimentation accessible for all. So great to have you, Louis.
Hello, everyone.
And by the way, Louis, you were featured in that video showing us the heart pumping over demo on the UnoQ. So how does it feel like seeing the rest of the community getting all hands-on?
I mean, it's only been a month since, roughly a month since the Arduino UnoQ has been announced. Like, it's impressive how many projects have been created with it so far. Like now, like it's sitting on my desk every day. Like if I've got an idea or project, I just plug it and work with it. I love to see that. That's the spirit of the community.
Exactly. So, all right, just a little note on how the sessions will run. We will start with the most frequently asked questions that we collected from the community so far. So they're kind of grouped by topics, and then it's about for 20 minutes. And afterwards, we'll open it to all the questions from you who are watching us. Please do not hesitate to leave your questions in the chat box. We'll be monitoring them, and we'll make sure to answer as many as we can. All right, let's get started. So the first question I have is about the single board comparison. So in the community, we've seen many users, looking at the UnoQ and comparing it with other single board computers, which makes sense because there are so many in the market. Now I want to ask Andrea, what makes the UnoQ stand out in such a crowded place?
Super question. I would say that the first time that I put my hands on the UnoQ, the first reaction and the first thing that I thought, wow, this board is really borderless, meaning that it's not about the hardware itself. It's not just the hardware that is super great. It can do a lot of things. You have, the headers on standard Arduino, high-speed headers, but also a great software. So the combination of App Lab, and then probably we will have more time to go in deep on this, but basically the combination of everything. So starting from putting the hands and starting with the Linux side, and then having at the same, just right, the microcontroller, you can dig into Linux, you can start learning, you can, if you're used to work with Linux, you have a complete system, but also you can experiment with the Sketch, talking with each other. So literally having no border, that's my immediate feeling. And then, of course, as Louise was saying, I have my own UnoQ on my desk, and I try every time to put it on and, trying everything crazy or starting from the community. So, put it all together, documentation. That's really the key point of what stands out for me for the UnoQ.
Nice, Andrea. It's all in one board. And you, Adam, do you have any thoughts?
So there's kind of really, I think 3 things that I really love about this board. Maybe 4 things. First, I really think it's very affordable. So I like that. I get to buy something for, under $50 US. They can do everything that Andrea just mentioned. But the hybrid brain, the dual brain that you can have, these two architectures, the MPU from Qualcomm, and then the ST microcontroller for real-time control of sensors, etc. That's really unique, and that's something really fun. So you can do two things at the same time. The full Arduino ecosystem, that's really cool, right? You can actually expand it with all sorts of shields and headers and all these quick headers, which is really, really rich. And it's really great to reuse the Arduino libraries out of the box. And I love it. It has everything, enough memory, it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, everything is out of the box. And also all the great software we kind of prepared in the background, everything, of course, from App Lab, which is really the hero of this product. Also, everything that Edge Impulse has done to get this product ready so you can have all these vision and AI experiences. These things they really stand out for me when you compare this to other SBCs and why this versus the others. So that's my take.
Nice. Thank you, Adam. And the next question I have, you mentioned software, obviously, and the Arduino App Lab being the hero. So I want to deep dive a little bit more into that. So it brings a seamless experience. This is what we've heard from the community the most. That you basically provision your board and you get directed to the App Lab straight away, and you can start really developing your project. So Rami, can you tell us a little bit more about what's behind the scene on the Arduino App Lab, especially from a bridge system standpoint between Arduino and Linux?
Yeah, I'm happy to. I think this board is truly unique in the sense of this bridge that everyone keeps talking about. The idea is to be able to talk between the SBC and the microcontroller in a very, very intuitive way. That way, like whether you're a beginner or a new user, you can experience new things and bridge kind of two worlds together. And a great example of that is actually Louis' work with Edge Impulse. Louis?
Yeah, Louis, please feel free to.
Yeah, well, for me, what astonished me is like when you get the board, you open the App Lab, you plug it, like it's detected. It's like the connection way. I made a video on that, like I think a few weeks ago. Yeah, you shared a snippet of that video. Just like within minutes, you can get started and run a project, and then you can go further and develop your own AI models. We might come back to that in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. The rest of the journey is obviously, experimenting AI models, and many developers are actually super excited about that, and they want to train and deploy their own custom model. So a lot of people are curious, what's the roadmap for AI customization within, the App Lab and working with Edge Impulse? Do you have any thoughts, Louis?
Yeah, so at the moment, well, it's completely feasible. Like I've done that and I've shown that in the video. So you can get a model from Edge Impulse, and obviously I will advocate for Edge Impulse and run it seamlessly on the App Lab. So at the moment, it still requires like 2 manual steps where you need to change like a config file. That being said, Edge Impulse team and Arduino's team are working closely to make that experience way more efficient. With just retrieving from the App Lab all your projects, and then within a click of a button, you can run it. But it does not stop. Well, this is not it. You can also run like a Python program directly on the OS, and this makes it truly powerful. So if you're familiar with all your Jupyter notebook, you do your own optimization, you compile your model with TF-Lite or some even executorch, you can run that directly without the App Lab. So I think this board for me is great because it has a multi-purpose, and you can do basically whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking about the Uno Q, I wanted to just follow up on the MCU part, of the Uno board, the Uno Q. Erwan, can you walk us through the MCU components and explain, the kind of capabilities that it can really brings to many projects?
Yeah, so this MCU is taken from our series of ultra low power microcontroller, so STM32U5, and it's coming with a large flash, so 2 megabytes, so large for microcontrollers, with a lot of RAM as well, so allows a lot of to make some complexity in the applications. It's also quite complete because it comes with more than 20 communication peripherals. So Square-C SPI can even for industrial applications. So really, it expands the possibilities to do a lot of application in various environments.
Very cool, Erwan. Thank you. And now I wanted to talk about accessibility because it has been also a very big, topic. When I was browsing the comments in many channels, people were amazed about the amount of possibilities that the UnoQ and the App Lab can bring. But it may also feel a bit overwhelming, from users they probably don't know how to get started or explore the full potential. So Rami, the question is, how is Arduino planning to support, all users from all levels?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. I totally get the overwhelming aspect. I mentor high school robotics, and when you give people 100 applications, people tend to like freeze immediately between too many choices. But I think the commitment to bring that same Arduino beginner friendliness with a little bit more powerful board brings some really cool, unique applications. And I think like the App Lab and the sample apps and the way they're set up makes it really easy to get started and kind of get your hands dirty and play with things. And then the applications start building on top of themselves slowly as you begin like doing something as simple as the heart that Louis demoed and so on. So
yeah, it's a learning journey for everyone, so more will contribute, and it's going to be nice to see.
I can add something here.
Yeah, of course, Adam.
So I will always be one of these beginners. I'm not a developer, but I can hack a little bit, and Arduino makes it really easy. For someone like me that I'm just starting and always learning, what I really love about everything new from Arduino is the community resources, because you have your project hub, and the amount of tutorials and community support, it's like how I actually learn. So if you ever actually want to install new things, just go on Project Hub and see what people are doing. They give you like step-by-step, tutorials of how to get things done, how they discover things. And we also learn from them as well. They do things that we didn't see people will actually be building. So always go to Project Hub and read the tutorials and the forums. That's like, for me, the quickest way to learn.
Yeah, and documentations too. I know we prepared the link as well to show everyone, just in case they need support. But there they go. Thank you. And now my next question is about, multi-vendors commitments. Some people are wondering, now that Arduino has joined the Qualcomm family, will we exclusively focus on Qualcomm's chips, or will Arduino, support other multiple silicon vendors, such as, ST, Microchips, Renesas, and so on? Adam, do you have any input here?
Yeah, so the answer to that is actually very specific. It's a high-level, decision before even this acquisition happened, that you cannot buy a company and an organization that is so meaningful like Arduino and actually start making so many changes that actually make Arduino not Arduino. So yes, we will also do a lot of amazing things with Qualcomm silicon and software and technologies, but we will continue to maintain a commitment to a multi-vendor support. ST is here on this call, and also other companies like Microchip, and we've done some work in the past with Espressif, etc. So this is a commitment that we are making to the community and to Arduino. Otherwise, there's really no point of being here if we're gonna buy this company and make it completely different. So 100% yes, we can continue this commitment to multi-vendor support.
Nice, great to see. Erwan? You're on mute.
Mike. Yeah, so indeed, I think that the UnoQ is a perfect example of this continuous collaboration with vendor, as it was used to do, as we can see, because at least on ST side, we have a long history of working with Arduino, and we can just see that there is a continuation on this, and so we'll talk about it a bit later, but also the use of Zephyr just opening the way to a lot of possibilities in terms of vendors and so on. So I think this is just the continuity, actually.
Yeah. And speaking of continuity, there was another question that is quite similar to this one, which is, people are wondering, the future of Arduino's hardware direction, and will Arduino continue developing its traditional line of products? So, Andrea, what do you think?
Yes, sure. Yeah, sure. Exactly as you said, it's a continuum of the last question. But yes, totally. This is a new chapter, right? So instead of saying, "Hey," as I see in the community, this is the end or whatever, this is a new chapter. So we are continuing to grow up and build our great set of boards, and on top of that, we will have the strength and the power that comes from Qualcomm. So combining will be a great journey. So by the way, we just released a board some days ago that was not, it was the Nesso. So it's proving that we are doing the right way. We are doing the same. So no changes, and we'll continue to grow up everything, starting from the boards up to accessories, shields, and so on.
Very cool, Andrea. That's exciting. And I want to touch upon a really big topic as well from the community, probably the biggest one that we've seen. It's about open source. So a lot of people have been very excited following the announcement. We saw also a bit of concern from users. And the question is, will Arduino truly stay open source and community driven in the future? So Adam, question is for you.
Great. Again, this is something that comes from the top. This kind of conversations also happen when you actually buy a company like Arduino. It's such a big deal, and all of us that have used Arduino and Arduino for so long now, you don't buy a company like Arduino and then you say, oh, now it's going to be a closed source company. So you might as well actually not buy the company. And in fact, the GM, the VP, who's really is our sponsor of this great really merger of two companies, he even said something last week to all of us. He said, we didn't buy Arduino because we want to change Arduino to turn it into Qualcomm. We bought Arduino to change Qualcomm to be more like Arduino. So 100% commitment to open source, and for everything they've done, the ethos of the community will be maintained. As you guys saw, actually a couple of days after releasing Uno Q, the Gerber files were released as well. So that will be maintained. And again, I know that sometimes people have mistrust in large companies, but sometimes you have to see how we act before you judge. But that is 100% the direction, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm sure the community now is getting reassured. Erwan, did you have anything else to add about open source?
Yeah, I think that one thing that we can add is that so on Uno Q you have the Arduino core on the MCU, which is running Zephyr under the hood, and so I have some experience in Zephyr, and I can commit that I've seen Arduino engineers having a stronger and stronger implication in Zephyr project, and I saw them preparing this project on. So this is some commitment that has been started already from a long time. And by the way, the Uno Q is upstream in Zephyr already, so you can use it from there as well.
Nice, thank you, Erwan. So I will ask the last question, the last big topic, and then we'll open it up to the community. It's about education. So we know education has always been at the heart of Arduino's DNA, and people, may be concerned that Arduino will pivot into more like industrial IoT applications and will leave behind the teachers and the hobbyists. So Rami, since you've been really passionate about this topic, can you tell us more about your thoughts?
Yeah, I think one, I want to reiterate what Adam said with Arduino being like Arduino and staying true to their identity. But on top of that, I really want to point out, add some context to some of the things that Qualcomm has been doing in this STEM education field. So one of the big things that Qualcomm has been doing has been supporting education programs. For example, FIRST Robotics for the past 20 years, Qualcomm has been one of the big sponsors. And then on top of that, actually, way prior to the Arduino acquisition, for a number of years now, Qualcomm ran a lab called Think a Bit, which teaches students and teachers on real industry experience, but more towards like STEM education goals. And they actually use Arduinos in that class. And we're excited now to really bridge UnoQ into that sphere and really like push some of Qualcomm's education abilities into the Arduino ecosystem and vice versa.
Very good to hear that, Remy. Okay, I think we can just open up to the rest. I can see already lots of questions in the chat, so I will start with number one, which can UnoQ run on ROS 1 and 2? That's a question. Maybe Andrea, you have some input here.
Yeah, and that's really news here, because today I was called by my colleague and say, hey, come here and see. And then I saw some kind of weird robot with a LiDAR on top and the UnoQ, and on the screen I was saying, mapping, the room, and he said, and it's running on ROS. So yes, it works, and works really well. So it's really a nice thing that happened this morning, and I saw that really cool. Yeah.
Nice. Remy, do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, I brought up ROS on the UnoQ. It's really easy. It's a fun experience. I'm looking forward to putting out more documentation and seeing the community really dig into that. I think the robotic sphere is going to be really excited to play around with this board more and more.
Yeah, and one other, if I can add something, it would be great, for example, to have a brick with everything packed together. So it really create a straightforward way to have ROS and self-guiding robots here and there, just adding a brick. So it would be crazy. Yeah.
Awesome. Question number two, I am scared that Arduino IDE will become a paid software because of the Qualcomm IC. So Adam, do you want to take this one?
Good question and fair question. And again, I understand. I came from the world of open source and startups, and you see this kind of big brother company, and you think they're gonna no. The Arduino IDE is an integral part of everything that Arduino has been doing for the last 20 years. We will continue to update and invest in the IDE, and it will continue to be free. We will not be charging for the IDE. It's also not Qualcomm's business model at all, and it's not something we want to do. So it will be free. Let's continue to download it and enjoy it.
Done. Amazing. Question 3. I'm really interested in seeing a demonstration of how to create and deploy your own bricks in the App Lab, because that seems like the real key to unlocking the true potential of the UnoQ. Louis, Andrea, what are your thoughts? Will we be sharing some cool demos?
Yeah, so I can start with that. So I've been investigating a bit how to do that in an easy way. It's not that complicated if you just need to extract it. Well, get started with the example that Arduino provides, and then you can modify it freely. This is actually what I've done for the Hey Arduino keyword project, and then put another keyword model, but a keyword spotting model. You can do that as well with image classification, vision, or object detection. This is a first step. Now I'm working to show some other stuff that are a bit more complex. I will document that and share that in either Edgeimpl documentation or in Qualcomm documentation or in Arduino's documentation.
Whatever is fine. So, yeah, and so just to start as a starting point, we have our repository on GitHub where you can find, all the users can find what actually is inside every single brick that is on App Lab. So a good starting point is that. So as Luis was saying, starting from the example, looking how it works, and then modify and you can then start creating your own. We are working on making more easier. So even, providing all the information, but we're working on make it more easier with the pack of documentation and so on. So if you want to start right now, just clone the repo or take a look at the repo and start from there. So everything is clear. I mean, it's part depending on the brick. There are some Python code, some AI examples, or some Docker containers working. So, but everything is there. So my suggestion is to start from there and then move to your own brick.
Very cool. Thank you, Andrea. We've got another question. Do you plan on creating curriculum for working with Arduino Uno Q, since it's such a unique piece of hardware? And say in a Coursera learning setting or some similar website. Rami, it's probably, this question is for you.
I think Andrea already did a lot of material on this, right? I'm going to push it back to me.
I think that absolutely good question. So it would be great to have some more courses, or we have also, by the way, we have also our academy.arduino.cc where we have lessons. So could another good point would be there, or having a Coursera. But basically, yes, the idea is to create such curriculums to have different kind of usage of the board and make it more easier for teachers and schools to adopt the Uno Q in their classrooms. One thing that really make I talk with some teachers here and there, and what makes really the difference that with just a single board, they have really the way to create, starting from our curriculum, also create their own. So if, for example, a teacher is involved into AI and then creating its own curriculum based on that, or something more like the Linux side, or using both the combination of microprocessor and microcontroller. So really starting from this curriculum and then the teacher to create their own, starting from that. We started to see some teachers doing that.
Yeah, maybe if I can add a point in here, on the Edgeable side, so we are currently creating a curriculum for teachers around like Edgeables and Linux systems. And we already included kind of a dedicated section for how to run it, how to run and build custom models on the Uno Q. The course material should be available probably beginning of next year. So stay tuned, and we'll share more when it will be available.
Nice. More to come then. Question number 5 would be great if you could see examples and projects in App Lab without needing to plug in the board. Might be more of a product related question for Andrea again.
Okay, yeah, I'm really happy to take it. So yeah, there's a technical question here. So the reason why App Lab shows the examples when the Uno Q is connected is because the examples are directly on the Uno Q. That's the real magic, right? So you can bring your board, and you will have all your examples, your own code, right, on the board, because everything is stored inside the board. We have seen this kind of questions. So probably we will take some ideas around that. But basically, the reason why is that the examples and all the software is right on the board. So App Lab is just somehow showing what is actually on the board and not on the laptop. That's that. But if you use in a single board computer mode, you will see everything right there.
Nice, thank you, Andrea. Another question is it possible to power down the CPU for power saving purposes and have the MCU wake it up when needed? The goal is to achieve a deep sleep mode where the board draws only a few microamps. Andrea, Rami, do you want to take this one?
Rami, go first now.
Yeah, I can take this one. I think there are definitely methods of doing this. I think I'm really interested in like a more concrete example, and I'm personally working on that example currently because I think this is a really cool use case. But yeah, if somebody has beat me to it in the team here, I'm happy to listen to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I cannot say more than Rami said. That's also fine.
All right. Is there a toolkit for building custom ML models, such as training a model on images with labels? Louis, do you want to?
Yeah, well, that's actually the workflow. So this is a workflow that is already supported. You can use Edge Impulse for that, and that will be seamless in with the App Lab. As I said before, there is just 2 manual steps to be done currently, but we're working toward a new workflow that is even easier for that. So you can go on the Edge Impulse documentation, and we already have a guide to guide you through these steps.
Awesome.
Yeah, if I can add something on this, because I tried last week. Sorry, but then I shut up. But basically, I was really surprised because I had some models on Edge Impulse that was working on the Nikola Vision, and I just put that and redeployed for the Uno Q and works seamlessly. So it was really, really great. That.
Good to know. Thanks.
Then I'd like to know more about the Edge Impulse capabilities with Uno Q. Haven't used that before, and any pointers would be helpful. Louis, this one is for you.
I think on the pointer side, you can go to Edge Impulse documentation, and I would suggest to start with the tutorials. We've got a bunch of end-to-end tutorials that will guide you through the steps. Either it's how to do gesture recognition, keyword spotting, so something like Alexa, OK Google, image classification. In that case, it's for example, is it a cat or a dog, or other kind of more complex model which can detect objects within an image. It's through bounding box or through centroid. And you can also do some anomaly detection and even visual anomaly detection, where it will point you where is the anomaly in an image. So we've got tutorial for all of them, and this is already supported by the Arduino Uno Q.
Very cool. I love how the tutorials are already available, and it's just a matter of going there and going through there. So question 9, can you share the Debian image to use for Flash? When release the 16 gigabytes version? I'm not sure I follow the question here, but we'll display it here. Might be for Louis again.
Oh, well, I can say something generic on the Debian. So basically, right now you can download the Debian image through the Flasher tool that we have as a command line tool that can be used to download. And so this is already doable, I would say. And then, by the way, you can also build your own image and adding layers or whatever you need. So I hope that I answered the question. So just let me know.
Cool. Thank you, Andrea. And then I'm an experienced embedded developer, and I'd like to use Uno Q to build using Yocto and Zephyr, separate from the Arduino tools. Concerned about the Linux side and building with Yocto, is there a way to use App Foundries to generate a Yocto build that can be built from the command line? Whoa, technical.
I can take that, or when, up to you.
Go ahead, please.
I think App Foundries and Zephyr both have guides out there now that are super detailed and work pretty well. I personally followed the Foundry side and got it up and running, and it was pretty awesome to see Foundry stack on top of the Uno Q as well, which makes it pretty cool to even for newer embedded developers that want to learn those tools as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly the question, but also you can run Zephyr directly on the microcontroller, skipping the Arduino core if you want to make use of the all capabilities offered by Zephyr also.
Good to know. Okay, thank you. And then would you suggest Arduino Q to run pure data on the Linux part and manage input-output with the microcontroller part? Also, is the 2 gigabytes enough? Rami, Andrea?
I mean, I think that's personally, I think that's a specific use case example. Depends on your use case. It depends on what you're trying. looking to do. A lot of people, I think, would agree that input-output on the microcontroller and then kind of the Linux as management. Mostly the microcontroller lets you to run faster or loop times as well. So, and better direct control over the electronics. So yeah, again, it just depends on the use case. Same answer for the 2 GB being enough. It just depends on what exactly you're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. I think, if whoever, asked the question, feel free to drop more comments and we can also help and keep discussing that by chat. Would you suggest Arduino Q to run? Sorry, I've already gone through the question. Now, is there any more information available about the high-speed connectors? Andrea?
More information about. Okay. So in the datasheet, we have all the I would say pins that are connected to the high-speed connector. So the tube, JMISC, and the JMedia. So starting from there, we have some example on the documentation, and of course I'm pretty sure that when we release some carriers that will leverage, there will be more and more documentation about that. But basically, right now, all the documentation, so the pin out where the pins are routed from microcontroller, microprocessor, are in the datasheet.
Yeah. And Andrea, is there any plan to create shields for the high-speed connector pins?
Good question. Yes, totally yes. And as a pretending to be a musician in my spare time, I would love to see some audio and stuff like that connected to the high-speed connector, because there are a lot of stuff there related to audio and also cameras, EP cameras. So yes, totally yes. So I would love to see really soon.
Cool. Andrea, I've got another question for you. But any plans for saving projects to the Arduino cloud so they're not just stored on the board?
Okay, saving projects. So right now we have the feature in the standard IDE that basically lets you create the online and offline sketches. Right now, there's a brick that lets you connect the Uno Q to the Arduino cloud. So I'm expecting that at some point there will be the feature parity on this side. So having the program, because we are not talking about apps, so we will have both Python and so on. So probably not entire because it takes a lot of space, but thinking about sketches and Python code, I'm expected to have.
Very good. Thank you, Andrea. Next question, is there a way to connect a USB device, for example, a USB webcam, directly to the USB-C connector as host mode without any hub and powering it over VIN or 5E header pin?
I mean, you can definitely power the Uno Q through the VIN or the header ports, and you can connect the USB device to the USB-C connector. I'm not sure what the exact reference to host mode here, but
yeah. Anyone else wants to weigh in?
Yeah,
here?
basically, I think that he wants to connect the using as a single board computer, probably. I'm guessing, and putting the webcam connected. So I would say yes, but probably needs some more investigation on this. So I don't have the right answer just to say, but yes,
yeah.
Technically speaking, it should
to be tried.
Yeah, to be tried. I will try. So
it's all about experimenting.
Yeah.
Could we install VNC on Arduino Q so we can connect by another computer?
Yeah, well, I actually did it. It's kind of slow. So on my side, I prefer to connect directly through SSH and just access the terminal. But you can do it with VNC. That was my first try. I got the board flashed with VNC, so I could connect it with my MacBook. But in the end, I prefer the SSH connection.
Yeah, I totally agree with Louis. I had the same experience. So it works, but I prefer to have it connected directly or SSH. Yeah.
Nice. Is there a place to go find community projects made with UnoQ? Oh, this one we kind of answered it, but we'll share the references again. I'm interested in robotics projects with ROS integration. So
Julie, you can answer that, right?
Yeah, it's all in Project Hub, and obviously we have many other channels where creators are sharing their inspiration and their creativity there. But definitely Project Hub would be the go-to resource. Anyone else wants to share any other resource? No? Okay.
Well, I think that Edge Impulse also creates great guides.
Edge
So I
Impulse.
think that thinking about ROS, and I think that will be also a great place to have that.
Exactly.
That's my next step. Like,
woo, very cool.
AI for robotics. Yeah, it's in our roadmap.
Nice. Question: what happens to pricing? Is Arduino going to increase the price in the future? Oh, we haven't touched upon pricing here yet. Andrea, Adam, that could be maybe something.
Honestly speaking, I don't see any kind of reason why it should be an increase of price without any kind of reasons. But no, I don't see any big issues. I mean, it's a product side, so no reason why increase the price without any kind of reason.
Yeah.
Right, and I would add, when we build also with Qualcomm silicon, we do have it's inside the company, right? So the pricing, it's not like buying chipsets from a third-party vendor. It's inside the family. So actually, you're going to see price benefits actually by being on the higher end when you use Qualcomm chips. So yeah, not increasing the prices, but actually leveraging being inside of Qualcomm for the best pricing for Qualcomm silicon when we build more higher end projects. So yeah, it's good news.
Yeah, exactly. It's good news. Will Qualcomm's NDA heavy approach replace the Arduino accessibility? Adam, wanna take this one?
That's such a good question that I don't have the full answer. That's on something that if we need to look into this about our NDA and what kind of impact. Again, the general guidelines is not to change Arduino. So I think it's something we'll just have to follow up, because legal teams, let me see exactly how that should be answered. But again, the general answer is not to make so many changes that restrict the way you use Arduino. So not really, but sorry, that's the one that I'm not sure. You say NDA, some lawyer's going to call me and get upset with me if I said the wrong thing. So we can follow up with that. Very important.
Okay, there will be more follow-up for sure.
Yeah.
What is the max source current for GPIOs as outputs? And what is max sync for inputs? That one might be for you, Andrea.
Yeah.
Or
yes, I need to double check. I don't have the right answer, as Adam was saying before. But basically, I can do it live, looking at the data sheet. So if I'm lucky enough, I can get the answer.
And we can even share the data sheets.
Yes, sure.
So input should be 5 volt maybe, but for output I need to check.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, Andrea, thank you. You shared it. I don't know if behind the scene we could share it as a link, but anyway, we'll be following up anyway and share this obviously in the comments history. Is the Qualcomm system on a chip available for us? Can I base a new design on the UnoQ schematics and use the UnoQ for the POC phase? Adam, can you take this one, or Rami?
Let's start with Rami on this one.
Yeah. Oh, Rami seems like he's having some technical issues.
Can you repeat the question again?
Sure. Is the Qualcomm system on a chip available for us? Can I base a new design on the UNO Q schematics and use the UNO Q for the POC phase? We can probably share the question at the bottom of the screen.
What I understand with this question is the Qualcomm RB, sorry, I can't remember, QRB 2210 available for like the general public if they can purchase it to create a kind of a clone or a question or a system that is based on this chip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say we should. Yeah, this so Qualcomm sells our chipsets through all the the distribution channels, sell like Aero, etc. And I believe that you should be able to just buy that chip. I have to again triple check, but that's the intention. That hey, if you like what you use with Arduino and you want to commercialize something, yes, we will help you create a path to do so. And just try if you really want to do that, try to follow up with us directly. It's pretty easy to get a hold of us, and we'll give you the path and the journey, like where do you actually get it, at what kind of scale and volumes, and we'll help you. But it's a very good question, because we do understand that a lot of people will now will be exposed to Qualcomm silicon, and some of you guys are, a lot of you guys are actually professionals. You're building really cool hardware, and you want to use it in your commercial hardware. So there should be a very clear journey to that. It's something that we definitely want to map out. But for now, because it's so new, try to find us. I don't know if we should share emails here or not, or a way to reach out to us directly, and we'll help you map this. But that's a great question also for us to share with the public, to say, hey, if you want to commercialize something, here's the journey, and that's how you do that. I think it's a little new, this whole journey, and we need to map it out. But it's a very, very good question.
Yeah.
There's the landing page is really, really nice as well for the QRB 2210. You can take a look there and see recent updates. I believe the plan is to make it commercially available, like even through DigiKey. There's just some time it takes to make that fully happen.
Right.
Thank you, Adam and Rami. I've got one question, and I think that would be the last one before we wrap up. So can you share more tutorials on the STM32? I'm not going to spell out the whole word, but board AI model integration from Xcube AI. Erwan, question for you.
Yes, so that's a bit off topic, but let's go. So yes, indeed, we have AI integration on our STM32N6 that comes with embedded MPU. And yes, today we've shared a people detection application running on it, integrated on Zephyr. And we are working on today on integrating hardware acceleration for graphics. And once this is available, yes, we'll have more models available, and we'll be able to use the whole model zoo on Zephyr.
Thank you, Erwan. All right. If there are any questions that we may have missed, we'll be sure to answer them later on on YouTube as comments. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you to our speakers, Adam, Louis, Rami, Erwan, and Andrea. That was a really good conversation, and I think all the questions are giving us lots of materials to think about and follow up on. So, and before we wrap, I just wanted to share one upcoming event happening tomorrow. So if you're an Arduino developer or Zephyr developer and you're interested in real-time systems, this session might be super interesting for you. You can scan the QR code and hit the notify me button on YouTube so that you don't miss the event. But I encourage you to watch it. It'll be fun.
Really. Don't miss it.
Yeah. It will be super cool. Yeah, so don't miss it.
With Martino and Leonardo from Arduino talking, so amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone, and talk to you soon.
Cool.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Ciao.